As an artist, I just had one of the coolest things happen to me about 4 or 5 months ago. And now I get to talk about it. Some of you may realize or may not even realize, but the last couple of albums for the band Seether, yes, that Seether, have been my artwork. The first one was the Poison the Parish album with the cult bunny. They actually reached out to me through an email randomly and just loved the artwork so much that they wanted to use it for the album cover. Sean Morgan has actually been a fan of mine for a very long time, which is also really weird. Having a musician of that status being a fan. I also did their second album, Parabellum, which is the statue with the skull ripped apart. A lot of people don't realize that's also my artwork because it's a little bit of a different style, but it's also at the same time that I got into Procreate almost full time. That one was a lot of fun, along with the first album, because every time that Sean has reached out to me, he just goes, here's the album, take a listen, and come up with some artwork. What's really cool is having a band reach out to you and say, whatever you're feeling for the artwork, we're going to use that as the album cover. I have rarely had to change anything to any of the artwork for all the albums that have come out so far. With Parabellum, I listened to a bunch of the songs, I heard the title of the album and said, all right, this is the idea I have for it. Showed him the same artwork with like 4 different backgrounds, and all of it's like, whatever you want, man, I love it. Let's do it. And then there was a little bit of a time of just quiet. You know, I hadn't heard from Sean a little bit. He'd been on tour, just living his personal life. And then about 4 months ago, Sean reaches out to me and goes, hey, brother, I got some new music for you. And I know what that means. He needs new artwork. And so he gave me a bunch of the songs to listen to, and every track is just, it's awesome, really. They've really come so far from what they used to sound like to what they sound like now. And I've grown to be such a fan. Also because they are so fucking easy to work with. Shaun and I connect on a friendship level to makes it just very easy to work with. And when you're an artist working with a client and they are just easy as to work with, it's amazing. So with the new album, he was giving me kind of a rundown of some of the songs and some of the lyrics. And I had this piece that I felt like might have been the one, but I wanted to give him a couple different variations. With being a rock band, skulls are always a go-to. Everyone in the rock scene loves a good skull. So I thought, let's use a skull for one of the designs. But I had this one piece with a girl submerged underwater trying to get to the top that he just fell in love with, which I forgot. One of the more cooler parts of this whole story is while we were talking about this new album, he said, Sean, I want you to create the artwork for it and name the album. Give me the title of the album as well. Like, what? I'm sorry, what? Yeah. So that was a lot of pressure to be put on me. Creating artwork's one thing, but creating a title that's going to be synonymous with the album is a whole other level. Serendipitously, or miraculously, or whatever, the title I already had for the piece was called The Surface Seems So Far, which is kind of like a she sells seashells by the seashore kind of tongue twister. He saw that and just said, this is it, this is the album, which it is. Now it's the album, and that's been wild. And not only that, I created the single for their first song, Judas Mind, with another piece that represented a lot of what the song was about. At 41 years old, knowing that 16-year-old me would be losing his mind right now, knowing that he's working with like big touring acts and bands across the country would be just wild. Yeah, it's just exciting, and I just wanted to share this with you. It's kind of an impromptu video, topical, but I've had a lot of crap going on this week with my personal life, and I needed some uplifting. So hope you like it. Enjoy the song. It's out now, the single, and the album comes out September 20th. This is not paid sponsor, by the way. This is just me showing love to my friends in Seether. Check it out. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. I'm out.